Dereck Wong SoCal and Las Vegas area director of LINKS Players International was the featured guest on the LifeShine Generosity Podcast hosted by John Whitt. The LifeShine Generosity Coaching Podcast features leaders and entrepreneurs generously sharing their hearts with giving stories, tips and strategies for business and life success, and the unexpected blessings God bestows on the generous. Whitt's featured guest this week was Dereck Wong, SoCal and Las Vegas area director of LINKS Players International. He has been a staff member of LPI since 2008. Wong is a long-time business leader in video game development and distribution, currently residing in Las Vegas, Nevada. As a LINKS Players leader, he challenges his fellow LINKS players to be Christ-led leaders in their businesses, clubs, homes, and communities. LINKS Players began 35 years ago by founder Jim Hiskey. He built a mission around the 5 letters of LINKS: love God and others, integrate Christ's reign and integrity into all of life, network friends together in Christ, kindle compassion for the poor and needy, and share Christ through the great game of golf. During the podcast, Wong explained how LINKS Players began.
There is an organization that was started by 2 PGA pros back in the early 80s. And as these pros travel around the country, they wanted to reach out to golfers like you and I to talk about life. And when we would get together, when they would ask us to talk about life, and then have an opportunity to also talk about golf. And then thirdly, talk about really things in the Bible. So we use that as a platform for us to discuss what's most important is really relationships between each other and relationships with God.
Whitt had this to say about LINKS Players. LINKS Players is the foundational reason for my transformation. I didn't grow up in the church. I didn't learn about grace and mercy and all of that until I was 52. As evidenced by his introduction of Wong during the podcast, Whitt was very excited to have Dereck Wong as his guest. During the podcast, Wong and Whitt discussed the vision and mission of the organization and how remarkable relationships grow out of the fellowship and how to invite fellow golfers to join. They talked about their individual experience and those shared by their fellow LINKS players. The LifeShine Generosity Coaching Podcast is a Christian faith-based podcast that welcomes all religions. The podcast is a weekly show hosted by business coach John Whitt, produced in a video and conventional audio format at the Market Mover Media Studio located in Irvine, California. The interview with Dereck Wong can be heard on all major podcast platforms, including iHeart, Apple, Spotify, and Amazon Audible. For more information about LINKS Players International or to contact Dereck Wong, visit their website at www.linksplayers.com. For more information about the LifeShine Generosity Podcast or to become a guest, visit the website at www.lifeshine.live.